Well, as always, a sellout at Old Trafford, despite an apparently under-strength Manchester United. United make 9 changes from midweek. It could have been 10. Fabien Barthez came through a fitness test. The Frenchman and Roy Keane, the only 2 players who started against Lille in the Champions League. Nicky Butt makes his first start of the season, as does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Andy Cole. David May returns from the transfer-listed Wilderness. It may be a second-string team, but can you spot a United weakness? 9 full internationals, a clone for every position in a 4-4-2 formation. Good news for Ipswich Town. That man is in goal, Italian Matteo Sereni. He had a red card against Leicester, turned yellow on reflection of the referee, so his suspension is lifted. The haze is lifted around the head of Alan Armstrong. He was concussed in the game against Blackburn last week, so he comes into a pretty much full-strength Ipswich team. They've made 2 alterations from the starting 11 against Torpedo Moscow. The Spanish striker Pablo Cunyago is out, Armstrong is in, and despite Manchester United's apparent weakness, George Burley is expected to go for a slightly more defensive approach, hence Fabian Wilders coming in for Jermaine Wright. Nicky Butt will play in the heart of Manchester United's midfield. They'll line up with Barthez in goal, a back 4 of Philip Neville, Ronnie Johnson, David May and Mikel Silvestre. Midfield, Chadwick, Keane, Butt and Fortune up front, Solskjaer and Cole. Ipswich expected to line up at 4-4-2, Sereni in goal, Makin, McGreal, Bramble and Haridason, the back 4. From right to left in midfield, Vilnius, Magilton, Holland and Finidi George. Up front, Alan Armstrong and Marcus Stewart. David Beckham and Baby Bex up in the director's box. He's decided to stay for the game, though Laurent Blanc didn't wait around when he was told that he wasn't needed this afternoon. Wes Brown, you can see to the right of the picture, well wrapped up as well. One of the internationals given an afternoon off by Sir Alex Ferguson. But hey, what better place to spend your afternoon off than a sun-laden Old Trafford. Roy Keane could have been the sole player in the starting 11 from midweek. Of course, he has a suspension looming over his head. Roy Keane hoping that's the only time he has words with the referee today. The man in the middle is Neil Barry from Scunthorpe, who was in charge of one of Manchester United's only 2 home defeats last season, a surprise one against Derby County. So, no rest for the successful. 41 hours after trudging off Portman Road and able to find a winner against Torpedo Moscow. A little bit of sleep, bags packed, and off for an afternoon in the company of the champions for Ipswich Town. Many of the stars are up in the director's box. That's not a bad lineup, is it? Bad 5-a-side team. Beckham, Van der Hau, Irwin, Wes Brown, Ryan Giggs, all watching from the stands today. Such as maybe been buoyed when they saw the starting lineup for Manchester United. Magilton plays it deep into the penalty area. Predicting the Manchester United team is like trying to get the lottery numbers right on a Saturday night in England. Bill Neville playing on the right, taking the place of his brother Gary, who is apparently fit despite a nasty head injury against Lille. Neville takes his time, carries the ball out of play. Ipswich very rarely make changes. Matt Holland hasn't missed a game since he was signed from Bournemouth almost 4 years ago. Nicky Butt starts his first league match of the season. He was injured in the Champions League and he's not moving too freely after just a couple of minutes of this game. Tries to scramble into the autumnal sunshine in the northwest of England. A recall for Ronnie Johnson, the deputy centre-back of Blanc and Wes Brown, the undisputed #1 pairing at the club. Silvestre. Jilton plays it over the top, and the makeshift back four get their offside sums right. Andy Cole scored just the 5 goals against Ipswich Town on that infamous day back in 1995. He's been suffering from flu this week. He's hoping to be flying this afternoon. Nicky Butt, with him Chadwick. Here's Cole. Philip Neville. Chadwick playing the role today of David Beckham. It's like a West End show when they announce the teams. Each of the stars has an understudy. And Armstrong a little shaken. It's a very nasty head injury he got last week when he was stretchered off against Blackburn. He carries the ball forward, a rather tame shot. Philip Neville. Philip Neville makes ground, hoping to hound to the right back spot. No brotherly love lost between he and Gary, fighting for the same position. Here's Magilton. Keane. Silvestre to Fortune, scored on his only start this season. Stewart. Ipswich tried to motor. And if George Burley has changed his plans when he saw the opposing 11 players. Armstrong tripped. Roy Keane tries to control his rage. This time it's aimed at his own players though. Kick taken very quickly. Stewart got across there, and David May, the forgotten man of Old Trafford, heads the ball out of play. One start in 2 years before today for May. Silvestre. Titus Bramble goes diving in. Cole. No offside, but slightly overhit, seeking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He and Cole only started 1 game together in the Premiership last season. He has a player in every position, Sir Alex. Maybe the second string, but it's a perfectly balanced second string team he's put out against Ipswich. Neville. Captain Keane. Nicky Butt. Silvestre. Needy George nips in. Marcus Stewart. Magilton. Leaves it for Holland. Ipswich making sure that everybody gets a touch of the ball. Ariderson. No great height in the Ipswich attack. A lot of pace though. Fine finishes in Armstrong and Stewart. The pace of Finidi George, who'd love to make a name for himself today, though they can't yet get him involved in the game. The Nigerian international on the right wing. Solskjaer. Manchester United is getting used to the lineup today, getting to grips with the team that Sir Alex Ferguson has put out. Now Finidi George, he can motor. Magilton Travelling Ipswich fans getting behind their team. A jilting shot blocked by May. Holland. Vilnius. It's not difficult to get overawed by this magnificent 67,000-seater stadium. Cole glides past the defender, well, to a point before he was pulled back by the collar. Butt. Keane. Nicky Butt. Well, he's called super sub Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but 11 of his 13 goals last season came when he started a match. Manchester United has special memories for George Burley. Made his debut in 1973 as an Ipswich player. His role that day to mark some guy called George Best. Silvestre to Fortune. Ronnie Johnson. David May. Keane. Philip Neville. Nice movement from Manchester United. Solskjaer goes roaming. Tough challenge, robbed him of the ball. Making the move Armstrong. Finidi George, I think this may be his first touch of the game, the talented number 33. Vilnius. Armstrong. 7-1 the odds today on an Ipswich Town victory. That was before the bookmakers knew the starting 11 of Manchester United. Nicky Butt. Ipswich Town have not been successful at Old Trafford in 17 years in the league. Which has been said about the 9-0 victory 6.5 years ago. Solskjaer, the Norwegian, stopped by the Icelandic international, Ellen Ryderson. May, teasing little ball, flicked away by McGrill, shot from Chadwick blocked. Ronnie Johnson. Maybe no Baron, Van Nistelrooy, Scholes, Beckham, Giggs. But I'm sure if you're sitting on the top seat of the north or the south stand, you wouldn't notice the difference in the style of play. Ten minutes gone at Old Trafford. It remains Manchester United 0, Ipswich Town 0. So far, so good for the boys from Suffolk. It's around 70 games since Ipswich actually had a 0-0 scoreline. I don't think they're anticipating one today. Keane. Silvestre. Nicky Butt. Keane. Still dictating in the centre of midfield. Everything going through Roy Keane. Nicky Butt. Oh, slight miscontrol from the England international. Now Ipswich counter-attack. Stewart with Finidi George to his right, Armstrong to his left. Opts for Armstrong. And he went for glory. It hit the arm of Philip Neville at point-blank range, signals the referee. And play continues. McGreal. Oh, he caught Andy Cole. It's a couple of times he's got the wrong side of Cole. And the persistent misconduct of bad tackling. McGreal is yellow carded, just 11 minutes gone in the game. blind side of Ipswich defence, Quinton Fortune. Played one, scored in one game this season, the last home match against Everton. May and Jonsson saunter up from the back. Little flicked head and a great save by Serini. He did well to keep that out. Or maybe he didn't. Ronnie Hunson has been given the goal by the referee's assistant. Oh, Serini thought he'd made the save. The referees initially signalled continue. Now, did it go in? The whole of the ball. That linesman must have bionic eyesight. Well, that's two replays, and neither have been conclusive. You can see the linesman's positioning. He was right on the line. How on earth could he say that had gone over the line? But Ronnie Hunson doesn't care. He scored the opening goal for Manchester United. Goal-scoring return for Ronnie Jonsson. I don't think there was a touch at all from Cole. It seemed to be a great save from Serini. The last thing you need when you come to Old Trafford is a controversial moment like that. Magilton. Fortune, Solskjaer, Roy Keane. Manchester United now toying with Ipswich Town. Silvestre, great movement off the ball by Chadwick. Lively, desperate to make an impression. Fans teasing the United supporters by giving a rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone, of course the Liverpool song from just across the M62. That's got a bad shot, and was there a touch from Serini? He looks to the linesman for help. Great shot from Quinton Fortune. Took it upon himself to try and double the Manchester United lead. Powerful, needed the fingertip. Mr. Britton is positioned again, just in case there's a case of deja vu. Serini with a bit of confusion, forced to Nicky Butt. For the moment, Ipswich can breathe a little easier. Fortune, well, he's full of exuberance. Can you believe it, says George Burley. Scored by Jonsson, assisted by, man with a flag, Gary Britton. Keane. Is this the time to break the news to Ipswich Town fans that Manchester United have never lost a Premiership game at Old Trafford when they've scored first. And the second goal could be same as it was the first time. David May. Back to the safety catch of Fabian Barthez. Silvestre. Seeking Chadwick, Makin's header. Ryderson was a dangerous challenge and an apology offered by Andy Cole. Ryderson. Little flick for Finidi George. He scored 2 goals in his home debut for Ipswich Town against Derby County. Finidi George is a player who has a wonderful pedigree. I'd love to add to that CV, which includes European Cup finals and the finals of the World Cup, a goal at Old Trafford. Chadwick. Keane. Luke Chadwick had his ankle tapped by Matt Holland. Philip Neville. Keane. Silvestre. Now Quinton Fortune back to Silvestre, the Frenchman. It's a terrible pass from Silvestre, a gift to Alan Armstrong. Stewart, very well-measured pass, intercepting was Chadwick. Keane gets things going. Turn from Solskjaer. Cole gets sight of goal. It's a rather distant one. Solskjaer makes his move. He acts as a decoy, and Cole puts in the shot, and Solskjaer knows just what to do. The second string strike force score a second for United. Cole the creator, Solskjaer the predator. His first of the season and his first start of the season. It wasn't great goalkeeping by Sereni. Pushed it into the path. Served it up for Solskjaer to munch on. (2-0 to Manchester United. The second goal scored with less than 20 minutes gone. We want 10 is the cry, referring of course to that 9-0 victory of March '95. The Ipswich have an answer. Well, it was a similar powerful first half performance against Everton at Old Trafford a couple of weeks ago. Sir Alex Ferguson's players didn't perform in the second half. They'll be asking for the full 90 today. Guaranteed entertainment, I think it must say, on the tickets bought at Old Trafford these days. Attack, attack, attack. A phrase of Sir Alex Ferguson. The captain Roy Keane actually said his team may need to consider being a little boring as the season progresses, but the manager quick to point out that referred to the Champions League. United at Old Trafford over the past 2 seasons have averaged 3 goals a game at home. Vilnius. I know Ipswich Town have had little time to recover from their exertions, and they were exertions against Torpedo Moscow. They gave their all to try and do better than the 1-1 draw. They scored the equalising goal with 5 minutes to go They threw everything at the Muscovites. But by their high standard set last season, when they finished in 5th position to qualify for Europe, they are underperforming today. Ariderson. David May. But May certainly has lost his touch, and he will class this as the shop window today. He's made it clear that he realises he doesn't have a future at the club after 7 seasons in the famous red shirt. Intercepting McGreal. It's a terrible pass to the wrong man in Andy Cole, and that was a back pass from Titus Bramble. Ipswich escape. Vilnius. Bramble. Well, it's another awful pass. They're in a daydream. Solskjaer. Fortune. Cole. Fortune. Manchester United are simply skipping through the Ipswich defence. Finidi George. Maybe the goals count as uneven, but there have been 5 fouls committed by each team so far in this game. Make it. Ariderson. Serini, who's had a tough old afternoon. He thought he'd made one wonder save. The referee gave a goal. One weakness. A moment of weakness was punished by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ipswich haven't travelled well to the city of Manchester in recent years. In fact, they've failed to score at Old Trafford in 5 of the last 6 visits. Omens are not good. But May. Keane. Curving pass, utilising the pace of Chadwick, intercepting the long legs of Ariderson. Keane powers it across the penalty area, cleared by Bramble. That's Butt and Fortune. Mickey Butt. Philip Neville. Chadwick to Silvestre. Luke Chadwick. Oh, it was short for Roy Keane. Would have been averse to going for a 30-70, but that was a 10-90. Finidi George. Vilnius. And Marcus Stewart hasn't got within 10 yards of goal in this game. Ariderson. David May's header. Philip Neville. Last year it was a concise victory for Manchester United against Ipswich at Old Trafford back in December. They beat them 2-0 to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goals that day. May's header. Finidi George. Now Vilnius. No problem for Roy Keane. That was a bit difficult for Butt, but he survives. Armstrong. Vilnius' cross, and Barthez, just for safety, takes a dive. Didn't seem to get a touch. It's better from Ipswich, their best break of the game so far. Teasing will cross from the Dutchman, Fabian Vilnius. Keane. Silvestre. Beautiful afternoon for football. Ipswich Town, of course, did want the game delayed until tomorrow to give them the extra 24 hours break. But not surprisingly, Sir Alex Ferguson said that his team are travelling on Monday morning, and they too wouldn't have a break because they're playing on Tuesday night in Spain against Deportivo La Coruña. Not sure how many of these starting 11 players today will feature in the Riazor Stadium. Make it. Keane. But Solskjaer gives it to Chadwick. Now Cole. Long shadows being cast at Old Trafford, and Ipswich chasing those shadows. Quinton Fortune back helping out for Needy George. Only part stopping Fortune is having a ball out there. Titus Bramble's head up. A little bit of breathing space for Ipswich. It's Macon. Rough treatment, but fair on Marcus Stewart. Philip Neville. Solskjaer. Nicky Butt. Perfect pass for Philip Neville. Likewise to Solskjaer. Cole makes his move. Butt tries to drive through. And Sereni at least gets a touch and can settle things down. May. Keane to Philip Neville. The Stadium of Light, it's Sunderland 0, Charlton Athletic 1. It's a bit of a worry when Alan Armstrong is holding his head. He stretched off last week with a head injury, and another nasty blow to the head of a former Middlesbrough striker. He was ordered to take a few days off after suffering concussion at Portman Road. There were doubts whether he'd be allowed to play today. That picture paints 1,000 words. Caution will be taken, no risks when it comes to a head injury. Alan Armstrong on the field. One of the substitutes today, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Alan Armstrong will tough it out. Would be easy for any player to go into hiding when your team are 2-0 down at Old Trafford against the champions. Sportingly, Chris Macon takes the ball. The game was stopped for an injury to his own player. Stewart's cross, and Silvestre heads away. It's surprising of Macon to go into the challenge there, considering the referee had stopped the game for Armstrong's head injury. Keane. Silvestre. Control regained for United. Cole. Half an hour gone. Manchester United 2, Ipswich Town 0. Neville. Vilnius. Ronnie Onsen majestically across, but to Silvestre. Now Philip Neville. Only Many of the players out there in the red shirts today have performed together this season for United's reserves, who play at Gig Lane, the home of Bury. Milnes. Matt Holland, skipper, can he inspire his teammates? They need leadership, they need something to edge them back into the game. Magilton gives it to Titus Bramble. Benidi George. Bramble. Benidi scraps with a Silvestre. Now Magilton. Holland. Offside surely against Armstrong. No striker gets that amount of space in the Manchester United penalty area. 3 offsides each, and that the most blatant of the afternoon so far. David May. Cole up against Bramble. Bramble to Benidi George. Milnes. Magilton. Stretching the legs for Armstrong. Johnson lets it go, and suffering from boredom, Fabian Barthez decides to come into the field of play. Silvestre. Party tricks from Manchester United. Keane snaps that out. Back to the serious stuff. Philip Neville. Nicky Butt. Powered at Chadwick. Keane. No width on the left, really. Offered by a Fortune here. Keane lets it go, but oh, it wasn't a bad shot. Looks as though he'd screwed the ball with his left foot, Nicky Butt. Only his second start of the season, and it seemed to swivel in the air, so really had to follow it all of the way. Silvestre. Barthez. Benidi George. Fortune nips in. But Keane. Philip Neville. Oh, it was offside against Chadwick. It was a correct decision. As the ball was played, he was a good 3 or 4 yards into the no-go zone. May using his arms to impede Armstrong. Less than 10 minutes to go to half-time. And Ipswich edge their way back into this match. Got a great command of English from Fabian Barthez. They look a little perplexed. I'm trying to translate what he's saying. He's gone for a 6-man wall. Magilton with a rare Ipswich shot at goal. Magilton's shot. A disappointment. Well, he wears the number 7 shirt, but he wasn't the free kick of the regular number 7 in these parts. I can tell you Ipswich have had 3 shots. They've all been off target. to the final 10 minutes in this FA Barclaycard Premiership match at Old Trafford. Manchester United with a 2-goal lead. Beniti George flick, header away by Johnson. United haven't really been stretched. Silvestre, no swing. Ipswich really are looking jaded. Chadwick. Mickey Butt. Again, it's clever management from Sir Alex Ferguson. He's opted for players hungry for the first team shirt, wanting to make their mark. It's probably more difficult for Ipswich against these players than it would be the superstars, the Van Nistelrooys and the Rons and Paul Scholes of this world. Silvestre. Vilnius to Magilton. Herman Hreiderson finds Armstrong. Stewart. Spare on the right. It's Beniti George. First time he's got space. Stewart makes his move. Stewart gets there. Well, it was the yard he needed, and the yard he normally punishes the opponents with. Chink in the armour of Manchester United today. Lovely ball from Beniti George. Last season, those deft little flicks from Marcus Stewart finding the goal. No Englishman scored more than him in the Premiership. Well, the headline writers will be very happy because Blackburn Rovers summer signing Garabi has scored his first goal against Everton. It's Blackburn 1, Everton 0. May. Barthez. Force it far upfield in the direction of Solskjaer. Hreiderson. Twists and turns and comes away with the ball. Great crunching tackle from Butt. Stewart gets stuck in. Hreiderson gives it to Vilnius. Magilton. Lovely ball. Roy Keane sweeps up. Solskjaer. Keane. No great hurry, gives it to Cole. Silvestre. Chadwick ahead of him. Chadwick gets it. Great feet from Luke Chadwick. Fair cross as well. And no risk policy taken by John McGreal. Luke Chadwick has been slowly blooded into the Manchester United team by Sir Alex Ferguson. He's come a long way since his debut last November. Johnson up from the back again. He scored, of course. Chadwick shot way over the top. Yet to score at Old Trafford. Both of his goals last season were in Yorkshire. One at Bradford, one at Leeds. McGreal. Vilnius. Armstrong. Beniti George to Matt Holland. United have been better in every department, far more committed as well in the challenge. May. Barthez. Not as fanciful with his footwork as his early days at Old Trafford. Sir Alex Ferguson doesn't want to stamp out his character, but he's told him not to take so many risks, and Barthez makes a wonderful catch. Copybook goalkeeping from the Frenchman. To the final 5 minutes of the first half. Pure entertainment. Manchester United 2, Ipswich 0. Armstrong. Bramble. Hopes for the best, but intercepting was Philip Neville. McGreal. This is the best period of pressure from Ipswich. Ryderson. Easy. Plenty of time for Silvestre. Back to Barthez. Silvestre. Now Fortune. Ipswich Town's last goal at Old Trafford was 9 years ago. In league football, that is. They did beat Manchester United in the League Cup, but that was a second-string Manchester United. A bit like today. Benidi George, not a player really renowned for his ferocious tackling. Free kick's taken quickly, and the shot is hit by Chadwick. Got everybody out that one. Oh, and that was there a stray arm from Makin? Not an intentional arm. Solskjaer felt pain, and that was a high kick from Makin again. This time catching Chadwick. Roy Keane first to lead the defence of Manchester United, the first of the referee. I don't think Chris Makin was swapping email addresses with Roy Keane. He's a brave man, not to be scared of the Manchester United and Ireland captain. Johnson making a nuisance of himself again, but only as far as Chadwick. Tentatively brought out of defence by Ipswich, only as far as Fortune. Not enough of a backlift for Roy Keane. Quinton Fortune had a nightmare season with injury. South African was sparingly used last season. Only 7 Premiership appearances, but as in the game against Everton, he's looked fit and sharp and menacing. Agilton. Benidi George just swapped wings. Ryderson. Makin. It's a good run by Armstrong, right across the face of David May. Almost willing him to commit the foul. And as we approach the final minute of the first half, there's going to be an extra minute of bonus time. He's pushing and shoving. Ball ends up in the net, but the whistle had gone long before. Just a bit of target practice for Marcus Stewart. Roy Keane. Barthez. It's a rare miskick from him. I don't think I've ever seen him kick the ball so badly in his 2 years at United. That's better. That's more like the World Cup winner. Half-time whistle goes. The champions of England sauntering through a Saturday afternoon. A goal scored by Ronnie Johnson with an assist from the linesman gave Manchester United the lead, and then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on hand to punish Ipswich for sloppy defending at Old Trafford. Half-time, Manchester United 2, Ipswich Town 0. I suppose the real mission for Manchester United in the second half is to keep a clean sheet. They haven't had one in the Premiership this season. In fact, only one shutout in the last 13 league matches. Carelessness was a word used by Sir Alex Ferguson yesterday in the build-up to the game. No signs of that so far in this game. Stewart and Armstrong have been well contained. Is there any contained in Manchester United? A hungry team with players who would like to make their mark to get into the team, such as Chadwick, who's going on a wonderful run. It's a fair impression of Ryan Giggs, that, from young Luke Chadwick. Fabian Vilnius in defence there. He actually scored one of the Ipswich goal last season in a 1-1 draw at Portman Road. Keane, Johnson, David May. So a flawless performance on his return to the team, and he played one game from the start last season against Tottenham. Here's Cole, looking for Serena to come off his line. Hesitant goalkeeping. Asking why didn't he take it. United's fourth corner of the game, of course, from the first of the game. They scored the opening goal. Taken short. Fortune. It's a well-intentioned cross. It's a good height, but two offside, says Mr. Barry. Scholes, Van Nistelrooy, Veron, Gary Neville. The other new signing, of course, the Northern Ireland international goalkeeper Roy Carroll, waiting in the wings. Vanidi George, Stewart, Holland. Blocked by Roy Keane. Strong challenge. Bramble. Kid getting in the way of everything. Vanidi George. It's not about Dross, Barthez lets it just sail out of play. Fabian Vilnius, his first start of the season, his first start in 6 months for Ipswich Town. What can a manager say to lift his players at Old Trafford? Maybe it's damage limitation for George Burley and his boys. Bramble's header. Silvestre to Johnson, to the safety of Barthez. Conceded 8 goals in 4 league matches this season before today. Fortune. Solskjaer. Quinton Fortune gets it back. Blocked. Shot of Keane. Armstrong. Keane desperate to get it back. Chadwick goes flying in. Seemed to come laterally off the boot of Holland. Agilton. Make it. Good skill. Ipswich have come out with a little more composure in the second half. Hariderson. Up to that point, there's Philip Neville. Now Roy Keane. United trying to turn up the heat. Make it. Back in his native northwest. He was born in Bury. Initially made his mark as an Oldham player. Handball. It's been a miserable afternoon for Marcus Stewart. Only 1 goal so far this season for one of the sharpest marksmen in the whole of the Premiership last year. Philip Neville. Solskjaer. His best work is done inside the penalty area. It's very, very rare that Solskjaer and Cole are paired together, only once last season. Third partnership last year, of course, at times was Sheringham and Solskjaer, or Cole and York. This year it's Van Nistelrooy and Scholes. Silvestre. United have been playing with a three-man midfield of late and just one up front in Van Nistelrooy. They've returned to their trusty traditional 4-4-2 today with results. Johnson. Rather leisurely defending by him. Now Marcus Stewart. All play back. Stewart gets another sniff of goal. Silvestre to safety. I think he knew what he was doing. But, possibly Marcus Stewart's best chance of the game. Certainly Ipswich's first corner of the game. It's taken them 51 minutes to get a corner. Sauntering forward, Titus Bramble, Finidi George takes it. And they get a second corner in quick succession. Well, Ipswich's last away win was in Manchester, but that was against City back in May. Finidi George's corner out as far as Magilton. Finidi gets it back. Only the two to beat. Goes the long route. And a wasted cross. Keane. Silvestre. Now Solskjaer. But to Philip Neville. Nicky Butt squirms through to Chadwick. Tries to take on Haraidison for pace, but the Icelandic international stands strong and tall. Keane. Haraidison for Ipswich. If it's to score a goal, it would give Manchester United a little bit of concern. Really, truthfully, United's defence hasn't been at all stretched this afternoon. Philip Neville. Cole beat by McGreal. David May flying in. He's looked great. Maybe a few Premiership managers who will be greatly impressed by David May today. He picked up for a song. Johnson intercepting ahead of Stewart. Had him in his pocket today. Vilnius. Magilton, George. Holland plays it through the heart of the United defence, but they have the routine well worked out. But May, a senior citizen in the United team today. Silvestre. Vilnius. Holland. Macon gives it to Armstrong. He's been ineffective. That's better from Holland. The one Ipswich player really has dug in today. Prompting, trying to lift those around him. It's a fair pass for Vilnius. What a great cross. What can Stewart make of it? He gets a flick on, but not in the direction of his partner in goal-scoring crime, Alan Armstrong. Roy Keane. Solskjaer. 10 minutes gone in the second half at Old Trafford in the FA Barclaycard Premiership game. Normal service has been resumed from the champions, looking for only their third Premiership win of the season. Cole, sharpest in the penalty area. Solskjaer alongside him. Cole trying to take on everybody and almost with success as well. And Vilnius has to take the easy way out, giving United the corner. But Chadwick. But quick fire football from Manchester United played through from Johnson. Here's Quinton Fortune, brave block by Vilnius. For his body in the way of the South African shot. Lightning quick football from the English champions. Only one player in the 6-yard box. They all come flying in, and it was a fair header from Silvestre. Got just the one goal last season against Leicester City. It's rare that he gets to join the attack. Put his place back in the team. He's been missing for the last few matches, watching from the bench. Premiership games since Manchester United boasted a clean sheet. Can they hang them today? Sir Alex Ferguson does care about those statistics. Agilton. Vilnius. Finidi George. Titus Bramble overhitting. Quality hasn't been there from Ipswich. Learning the price of success, of getting into European competition. Though they had a fine team last year, they don't have the depth, the resources to compete maybe successfully in the UEFA Cup and in the Premiership. Thursday night matches for them are a menace. Here's Butt. Slightly overhit, runs out of play. Ipswich are about to make a double change. On will come full-back in Jamie Clapham. And, Dutchman. Martin Reusser, an attacking midfield player who came on as a substitute against Moscow in midweek. Chris Making, one of the players, being sacrificed, and the rather ineffective Finidi George, who's off the field. Fresh legs, maybe fresh ideas. Will there be fresh impetus for Ipswich Town? Immediately the new players have to go on the defensive. Clapham will move on to the left side of defence as a straight swap for Makin. There will be a midfield reshuffle. Finidi George had been playing on the right. Reusser is maybe more a left-sided player. Reusser to Magilton. Ryderson. Nobody wanted to take the ball short of him. Stewart. Ipswich have played into Manchester United's hands. Reusser packs a powerful shot. It's a mighty distance. He decides to go through the back door, but a soft save for Barthez, and that's a fine early throw. Chadwick. Kind of a mirror image of Ryan Giggs. Giggs normally sprints down the left. Chadwick, similar type player who operates on the right. There's Solskjaer. Now Keane. Maybe given a break shortly. Is run tirelessly in midfield. Had a good game against Lille in the Champions League. Nicky Butt. Keane. Chadwick left the ball behind. Ryderson picks it up of it. And adventurously charges forwards. Here's Armstrong. Reusser. Can he be more effective than Finidi George? Tempting Barthez, but not feeding his striker. Real. Now Holland. Clapham gets his first touch. Hariderson. Keane. Chadwick. Options of Solskjaer and Cole. That came off the knee of an Ipswich defender. Serini tries to prevent the corner, but he can't. Being stuck in quicksand for Ipswich Town. Pressure on Serini. Fortune flies it in. May flicks it on. Real has a chase with Solskjaer. One chance, one goal taken. Clearly going to Solskjaer. Philip Neville. Solskjaer. Flick from Keane. Solskjaer's cross. Serini, weak handling. Chadwick pulled out of the shot. Now Ronnie Johnson. And the referee gives an offside. Ipswich Town's defence being torn apart. Bright ideas, bright football from Manchester United. Lovely ball from Keane. Certainly there wasn't an offside then. I don't know if the ball had got out of play when Solskjaer played it. David May, of all people, was a man I think he was said to have been offside. Can Ipswich score their first goal here in 9 years? It was Chris Kawomia back in 92. Here's Chadwick. Agreal. This thing's under control. Manchester United are going to make their first change in the next break of play. Paul Scholes is preparing to come on. Looks as though it's going to be Luke Chadwick who's given a rest. Keane. But. Now Philip Neville. He's had a good game. Butt's cross. Cole's little flick, knew exactly where Fortune was. That's a great cross! Cole! Serini save. Andy Cole no longer the first choice striker at Old Trafford. He's back up to Ruud van Nistelrooy, but he's still one of the best in the Premiership. I'm sure this is no reflection on what has been a lively performance from Luke Chadwick today. He's given a break. Paul Scholes will come on. And I would imagine that Sir Alex Ferguson is going to continue with the experiment of recent games of playing 3 men in midfield. Scholes, Butt and Keane. And maybe only playing 1 in attack. Lots of red-shirted bodies in the penalty area for this one. In recent weeks, last 2 games, Sir Alex has gone for a 3-man midfield. A couple of wingers, 1 attacker. Different names, different faces, different bodies. But maybe we'll go back to those tactics for the final stage of this game. Around 25 minutes remaining at Old Trafford. Keane. But strongly holds off Royce, quickly takes the free kick. Keane. Scholes, full of energy. Keane. Nicky Butt. Flick from Cole. Butt. Not stopped in his tracks. Good run from Butt, and Serini hangs on for dear life. it's rather an unpleasant afternoon in the company of the champions. Off the field, wonderful hosts. Off it, on the field, an absolute nightmare to control. Manager after manager is pinned against the wall in the tunnel, interviewed about the difficult afternoon his team has faced. Only Gerard Houllier and Jim Smith have left Old Trafford with a smile on their face in the past 12 months from the Premiership. Magilton. Vilnius. Magilton. There's a thin red line protecting Fabian Barthez. Ronnie Johnson. Fortune. McGreal to Royce. Vilnius. Terrible ball in there, but Armstrong and Stewart trying to make the best of things and given a break by a wayward back pass by Silvestre. Midway through the second half, United lead in this FA Barclaycard Premiership game. McGreal. Holland. Great pass, but rather spoiled by the referee's assistant and his bout of flag waving. No argument from Royce, he was a couple of yards offside. Keane. David May. Philip Neville. Keane. But rather perplexed looking George Burley. And if it would have made a difference, the extra 24 hours he requested from the Premiership to prepare his players for this. Fortune. Solskjaer. Oh, almost got it to Quinton Fortune. Interception was Vilnius's. There's the other Dutchman, Martin Royce. Great challenge from Johnson, perfectly timed. Fortune. Keane. Scholes. Cole. United up the tempo. Philip Neville. Cole's in there, Sereni's punch, straight to Fortune, blocked by the chest of McGreal. Well, in comparison, it's been a rather laid-back second-half performance from Manchester United. Keane, never laid back. May. Philip Neville. Paul Scholes, who's moved into a right wing role. For all positions. Roy Keane. Nicky Butt. Solskjaer. Captain Keane. Making the dash through was Paul Scholes. John McGreal. David May. Keane. Scholes. It's almost like testimonial football from Manchester United. They are dictating everything. Great ball from Scholes and leisurely header back from Vilnius. United are under their average this afternoon for home goals. They've scored 7 in the 2 matches so far this season, 4 against Everton, 3 against Fulham at Old Trafford. They averaged 3 a game at the Theatre of Dreams last season as well. Riding the challenge of Royce, claiming his shirt was being tugged, but the referee saying the ball was not within playing distance, hence the free kick for Ipswich Town. Fine ball Well taken by Clapham. Fair cross. Roy Keane leading by example. Royce chances his luck. Silvestre, much better back pass to Barthez. Has had a couple of skirmishes in positions like that. McGreal. The attendance today pretty much average for Manchester United, 67,551. Around 65,000 satisfied customers. There's just a small proportion of the ground who've been allowed to make the journey from Suffolk. It's a long way back to East Anglia after a mauling like this. Has been worse. Of course, they lost here 9-0. Something to keep mentioning that, Ipswich fans. Let's even it out by recalling the day in October 1976 when Manchester United were beaten 6-0 by Ipswich Town. But Gary Bailey in goal that day. I think he saved a couple of penalties as well. Back to reality. Silvestre. Something for Fabian Barthez to do. He hasn't had a save to make in the game so far. Words of encouragement offered by the Ipswich bench. Keane. Silvestre. Cole will chase everything. Anything that's loose he'll get on the end of. Gives it to Scholes. Now Philip Neville. But a loose pass from Nicky Butt to Paul Scholes. Two players who may be up for a testimonial soon. They've both been professionals at the club for a decade. Giggs, of course, granted the testimonial this season. Silvestre. Vilnius. Gilton to Holland. Ipswich still buzzing. Got a bit of a break before a journey to Moscow later in the week for the second leg of the UEFA Cup against Torpedo. And then when they return, another difficult fixture, Leeds United. Clapper. Gilton. Wasted pass. You have to be more selective against Manchester United. But David May. Great ball by Mays. Had an unflappable game on his return to the team. Keane. Silvestre. Jermaine Wright will come on for Ipswich in the next break. Here's Quinton Fortune. Goes weaving and dodging and diving, and he was stopped by Vilnius. Jermaine Wright, who's been a regular this season, will come on the right-hand side for Ipswich. Fabian Vilnius, who got his big break this afternoon, has had an excellent game, tirelessly performing on the right-hand side, and slightly more attacking formation from George Burley for the final 15 minutes of this game. Clapham. Magilton. Can it switch up the tempo? Can they raise the standards? No is the answer. Well, game in the bag. It's time to give one of the substitutes a chance. The costliest player in British football, Juan Veron. One of the backups today. And a sign of the times at Old Trafford when Manchester United can take off Roy Keane and replace him with Juan Sebastian Veron. Abrojita, the little witch, comes on against Ipswich. Keane happy to be taken off rather than sent off this week. As you can see from his expression, telling the manager the standard still needs to be improved. A nice little touch from Sir Alex Ferguson. He's given a captain's armband to the senior player in the team, David May, who, I admit, recently thought he played his last game for the club. You can never read the mind of the Manchester United manager. Veron. Neville. Solskjaer. Solskjaer bravely takes it on. He's blocked by Magilton. Northern Ireland international tries to break his way out. We're into the final 15 minutes in the FA Barclaycard Premiership game. Manchester United comfortably with a 2-goal lead. Certainly had it from Heriderson. I think he felt he'd been shoved by Cole. Scots. Solskjaer. Silvestre to Butt. Ronnie Johnson. A bit of the drive that's disappeared from Manchester United. Heriderson goes on a run. Veron has him in his sights. Heriderson stopped by Philip Neville. Elsewhere in the Premiership, it's Sunderland 0, Charlton Athletic 2. Brown has scored the second goal for Charlton. Bartlett scored in the first half. Jamie Clapham. He squeezed the cross in. He goes the long way around, but the trap had been set by Philip Neville.
Today's attendance at Old Trafford is 67,551. That's 67,551.
Royce's corner. Barthez brilliantly catches the ball in the air. A little unconventional in his goalkeeping style, but regarded as the world #1. Inheriting that position from Peter Schmeichel. Manchester United go for a third goal. Fortune, Cole. A little soft in front of goal from Andy Cole. Again, it was a great run from Quinton Fortune. It was strong pressure from Bramble, which off-balanced the England international. What a pass from Barthez, right to the feet of Solskjaer. Right. Royce up. Stewart looks as though he has run out of fuel. Ipswich really did put the effort in against Torpedo Moscow at Portman Road, chasing the game. Stewart missed a penalty in that match. Job well done from Sir Alex Ferguson's side. Scholes. Barthez. Sunderland have pulled a goal back at the Stadium of Light. It's now Sunderland 1, Charlton 2. Niall Quinn, the Sunderland scorer. Armstrong. Touch in the direction of Royce, but David May has read everything well. Scholes. In fact, Niall Quinn has just got his second goal in the space of a couple of minutes for Sunderland to make it Sunderland 2, Charlton 2. Scholes gets reward for his bravery. Philip Neville. Oh dear. What did I say about that? Jamie Clapham. Turn from Stewart. Now Jermaine Wright, the Ipswich substitute. Oh, it's coming in at the blind side. That was the first difficult moment for Barthez. The flying save to stop Stewart. He's had one of those unfortunate weeks. Penalty miss in Europe. And when he gets a chance, he finds Barthez correctly placed. It's livened the 67,500 supporters up. About 9 minutes before the Manchester United victory is confirmed. That could have made it interesting for the final minutes had Ipswich scored. Clapham. Titus Bramble to Jermaine Wright. Jilted. It hasn't been a nightmare of 95 when Ipswich were torn apart 9-0. Season they were relegated. 21 points behind their nearest rivals now. Let's give Matt Holland, who's an honest player, the benefit of the doubt there. I think he did genuinely slip, and as the trend has been in recent weeks in the Premiership, didn't dive. Players have been put under focus this weekend after a couple of diving incidents. Holland went for the ball and twitchy moment for David May. Clapham. Armstrong. May in control. There's that captain's armband with pride. Philip Neville. Only as far as Magilton. Clapham's cross. Oh, Barthez was a little uncertain with Johnson there, who took the correct decision to keep it away from goal. Fortune starts to sprint. Cole takes it off him. Fortune continues the run. Cole to Fortune. Started. Can he finish this off? Solskjaer's in there. It needed the block from Bramble. Just his kind of opportunity, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Quinton Fortune, the architect of the opportunity. Loose arm of Marcus Stewart. It's possible that Manchester United could go top of the Premiership this evening, but it does look as though Bolton Wanderers are going to stay there. They're drawing 1-1 against Arsenal. Ricketts for Bolton. Francis Jeffers with his first goal for his new club Arsenal at Highbury. 1-1. Caron. Solskjaer's took. Cole for once was onside. Nicky Butt. To the final 5 minutes. This is usually where Manchester United excel. 2-0. Score. They maybe need the goals, given it comes down to goals difference at the end of the season. They've defended carelessly, manager's words, so far this season. 5 minutes to go before they can boast their first clean sheet in the Premiership. Though, of course, they did have it in the Champions League against Lille. Stewart offside. Philip Neville, Nicky Butt, Juan Varane, Ronnie Johnson, Neville, Ronnie Johnson, Johnson to Scholes, in a foreign position on the right wing, but he's the kind of professional who would play absolutely anywhere to get a game on a Saturday afternoon. Can you imagine if he'd been given the afternoon off, he'd probably be in the park in Oldham, his hometown, looking for a kickabout. Ooh, nutmeg from Tysha's Bramble. There's one for the scrapbook on none other than Juan Varane. Agilton, Hariderson, and a weak header. See Fabian Barthez coming screaming off his line, demanding that the stands of his defenders be raised. Stewart again given space. Nearest man was Varane. So far his golden touch of last season has deserted him. Stewart scored 21 goals for Ipswich, just the one so far this season. And this their 6th game. It's going to be their 3rd defeat. Had an interception. It looked as though Jermaine Wright may have had a case for an obstruction. The referee sides with Quinton Fortune. Free kick Manchester United has also signalled to the 4th official that there should be 2 minutes of extra time added on to the game. I don't think there are too many people around here who would welcome that 2 minutes. Manchester United will be happy to sip the celebratory cup of tea. Ipswich just happy to get back to Suffolk, have a break after the tiring week behind them. Sunday, Thursday, Saturday football, the price of success. Juan Varane. Manchester United, a day's training tomorrow, and then Monday morning they board the flight to Spain to face Deportivo La Coruña. Second Champions League match. Nicky Butt, Philip Neville, Barthez. Route 1 football from Manchester United. Well, strange rendition of it. Scholes, great ball, Cole, 3-0. Victory complete for the team which is said to be Manchester United's 2nd string. Anytime they want, they've looked like scoring this afternoon, and they finish Ipswich off in style. Andy Cole's 2nd of the season. Oh, so simple. Normal service has been resumed at Old Trafford in the Premiership. Second time in a week, of course. United have scored 3 goals in the league. Only last week they conceded 4. All wrapped up with just a couple of minutes to spare in this game. We're now into stoppage time. Town have conceded 14 goals in the last 3 games against Manchester United without replying once in those matches in Old Trafford. The fans showing their appreciation for Andy Cole, who on a normal day would be sitting watching Ruud van Nistelrooy lead the line, staking his claim when he's played, is scored. Jermaine Wright. Will there be any consolation for Ipswich? Juan Varane. Varane to Solskjaer, leaves it for Cole. Manchester United go for the fourth. Cole fights off the challenge. Solskjaer takes it on. Cole fights for position. Solskjaer! 4-0. Anytime they want, they feel they can strike and score against Ipswich. Two for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His first start of the season, and he shows exactly what he can do. The Cole and Solskjaer partnership punishing for poor old Ipswich. How they hate coming to Old Trafford. At least it hasn't been 9 goals. Tired, dejected, shattered, well beaten, Ipswich head back to Suffolk. Manchester United have hammered them by 4-0. Manchester United made 9 changes today. This is supposed to be the fringe players. Well, they've come from the fringe and they've battered poor old Ipswich down. Ronnie Johnson maybe gifted a goal by the referee's assistance in the first half. Andy Cole scoring his second of the season in the closing stages. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a double. Complete the scoring. 4-0 Manchester United.